ESL One, New York.
The capital of the world, the city of dreams, the city so nice they named it twice, the city that never sleeps, Empire City, Fun City, and even Gotham. But most importantly, the Big Apple. That's right, the Big Apple is exactly where we are here at the Microsoft flagship store in Manhattan on 5th Avenue, and we are just about ready to get into our first matchup of the day. A little bit of Gambit and Navi cooking up in the kitchen right now, but we only have two more chefs here to my left. It's going to be a little bit of Duncan and a little bit of Chad. Guys, we have a rematch of sorts here, one where in which it would have been easy to say, yes, Navi could come out on top and dumpster these guys, but that's not necessarily the storyline, is it, Chad?
You just tilted me with that whole spiel, and you said center of the...
You said the capital of the world. It's not even the capital of America.
That's just...
It was at one point.
That's...
Don't know about that, man.
Anyway,
this is the colony.
before I get upset...
You guys gonna be cool, or?
I'm not really, just because that's the... Anyway, cool. Can I just rehash the matchup that everybody missed if they missed day one?
Love some hash. Let's go.
Let's get stuck in. So it was a best of three. It was a Nuke, Inferno, and Overpass matchup. Nuke and Overpass went in the favor of Gambit.
Surprisingly.
An upset victory. But then it's the stat lines, which are relatively interesting. Gambit winning 9 clutches, 23 of Navi's. The first kills were in the favor of Gambit, 39-34. And the fact that the Nuke trump card, which I already talked about, I think that was a surprise map choice. For this series. I don't think that will come out again, and if it does, Navi are going to be definitely prepared. I think mentally they started slower, and when you have Simple and Electronic on the team, they're not going to be dictated to twice. They're going to come out here and powder some bottoms today.
Powder bottoms and put that swing and hang dang on the table, is a wise Peacemaker once said. Go ahead. What do you got for us, Thorin?
Okay.
Wow.
Well, there'll be no peacemaking in this game, because I actually think that this is one where it's actually kind of bizarre that we don't see it more often, because obviously Gambit used to be one of the best teams. Navi plays all the same tournaments as them, but you don't actually see them face off very often. Sadly, I mean, actually in the past, it's been a very one-sided matchup. I think there was a stat that even said that this was the first time in the history, I think, of the Gambit org that they'd ever even beaten Navi, which is bizarre when you think of Zeus used to be on Gambit at one point in time. Navi had that horrible slump when they had seized, and they were trying to initially break Simple into the squad. So I actually do think if you look at Navi's history, it doesn't seem to matter the opponent. They always lose a game early in the tournament. They can even lose, as we've seen on some of their best maps. They might be the best Overpass team in the world. Doesn't matter in the first game of their series, seemingly. I've seen them lose to Tyloo with a stand-in. We've just seen them early on, obviously Ghost Gaming when they were at DreamHack Stockholm. This is kind of what Navi does, but this is also why I don't lose faith in the idea they can win the tournament, because it's like at the Major, Navi can win ugly Counter-Strike games. They don't have to be in perfect form, especially because they've got those two individuals who really can. That's the thing. Whenever people said that cliche of like, one man can't win a game, what if you had two of those guys that were that good? Yeah, actually, you're getting close to being able to win a game now with just those two guys.
You almost can hardly stray away from the idea of winning a game when you have guys on point and on form such as those two.
Well, when you think about it, that series where there was a 16-4 blowout to start off the best of 3, over those 3 maps, Simple still had the most kills, right? And they lost the map 16-4. So his impact, sure, it could have been exit kills, sure, it could have been, but he's still constantly delivering. The only time that we haven't in recent history seen him deliver is on the biggest stage in the biggest tournament where he got, I guess, his ass handed to him by the best team in the world, right? You got the best duo going up against the best team, and, you know, the best team actually won. Fancy that.
Yeah, that was a rough one to watch, and moreover, I think slow starts could be a pitfall in some ways. Duncan, you're saying that they go through these motions, they go through this fairly often when they enter tournaments.
The weird thing about Navi is that it reminds me a little bit of that old Virtus Pro line that they like play to the level of their opponent. Because what's bizarre is obviously they can go against the best teams in the world, sometimes even win. They even beat Astralis in a best of 3. But they can also have best of 3 series against almost anyone in the entire field. It's actually quite kind of wild. And the bizarre thing about it is, like I alluded to before, they have one of the best map pools in the world. They might have like the 2nd or 3rd best map pool in all of Counter-Strike. So it's worth adding. That is an idiosyncrasy I've noticed of Zeus and perhaps Kane. I don't know who's doing these vetoes. Is that sometimes they don't flex that map pool. They don't punish the opponent. Or alternative theory, they have a great track record on a map, but maybe at the moment it's not very good. Maybe things have broken down in practice. They don't feel comfortable, and so they seem like a team that I would say, even with a great map, will stress comfort.
I think, you know, it's very surprising to me, considering how long this team has been together, and now you have Electronic and Simple, who are very free-flowing players, that you don't even consider playing Cache. Like, why would you not consider even just, you know, making it a sleeper map?
As people say, especially when you know you're going to play the Astralis of the world, and it's gotten to the point now, this should be the case for a lot of teams, that it's like, unless you literally can't play Cache or whatever it might be, Overpass, it's better to try that than Nuke. Like, at this point, nobody can beat them on that map. So, yeah, I agree. I mean, especially in this world now, they've just lost to Gambit. And it's time to start thinking about potentially mixing up that permaban.
And it's also time to start talking about Gambit just a little bit. I mean, if we think about this team, this was a team that nobody kind of gave the light of day coming into this tournament, and rightfully so. This was something where we knew that there were going to be changes. We knew that there were going to be roster readjustments. But what is the silver lining here for Gambit out of all of this?
There isn't one. This is like a last hurrah, right? If you just like look at their matches over recent history, they haven't been having any impact at all. Whereas this time last year, they'd just come off the back of, well, obviously we're talking a bit ago, but they've just come off the back of the biggest tournament win ever.
Well, the biggest tournament win ever. They did, in fact, do it once, but now they're trying to do it here in the Big Apple, and one man is a Dren. Let's hear, or rather see, what this is all about.
After C's depart, we didn't change anything except the in-game leading. And we played before C's like that, you know how we're playing right now. And it seems to be like most successful position for us to play like we're playing right now. And yeah, we didn't make much changes after that.
I think there's been a revolving door. Almost every single player within the squad has tried the in-game leading role, doesn't seem to be working out for them. They won the major last year. That's so insane to think that they've gone from the dizzy heights where Zeus was in the squads to winning the absolute creme de la creme of Counter-Strike competition to then coming into 2018 and looking very flat, and no one is really discussing the possibility of Gambit winning here in New York.
I believe that in games there's like dark sides and bright sides. So right now for our team it's a long distance dark side. We believe that it will come to the bright side. So yeah, I think New York is going to be the bright side.
What I will say is they've got nothing to lose at this point. They might as well give it everything they've got. They might look revitalized knowing there's no pressure, no one's expecting too much, and they can come in and maybe cause some upsets. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think they can get deep into the tournament, but maybe they can take a few maps off some of the bigger dogs there.
We're not doing great last time, like last 3 tournaments, maybe 5 or 6. So yeah, we are kind of underdogs, but I still believe that we can do a lot of damage here. So it's all about timing, you know. We just need to feel this to win the tournament. I know how it feels and I know what to do.
They just announced recently the Hobbit is stepping down from the active lineup, and he might be considered their absolute best player within the squad.
We didn't work much for this tournament exactly because everyone in team know that we have some mental problems. It's not about our individual gaming problems, it's more like mental. So we just try to work on our mental stuff and try to focus on how we are playing, how we feel on the game, and just we need to gain more confidence during the tournament. For this tournament, I'm so excited to play ESL New York because it's my first time in New York. So yeah, this ESL tournament is always something exciting for me. But I expect that we can find our game, we can break these mental problems and just play like we can play.
Playing their own game is something they're certainly going to have to do. And actually, a man once said, and he's by the name of Henry Greer, said something about them upsetting, and they've already done that here in New York. They've already upset Na'Vi in the very first round, but then again, we do have a rematch on our hands now, boys.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to take more risks in the veto. I think the bans are going to be pretty standard. Gambit get rid of Mirage, the old Cache ban coming in from Na'Vi.
It's funny you say that, because we actually have the vetoes loaded up right now. Where does this one land, guys? This is a best of 3.
I think that Gambit should actually pick Train, which was the second ban for Na'Vi in the first time that they went head-to-head. I understand that Nuke pick because you catch them off guard very cold, but I think you can go with Train knowing Na'Vi, you know, if they start cold again, you can actually use the T-side momentum Those are the standard bans. Oh, they're going to go with Nuke again, so they're sticking to the same kind of veto. Last time Na'Vi picked Inferno. It'd be interesting to see if they get exactly the same as last time.
Same map.
A very good chance we're just going to go to it, I think.
Yeah, probably just be overpass again. So if it's the same series, that's very brazen by Gambit. Like, you could actually show a bit more tactical diversity and depth and counter-stratting on other maps, but here, you're hoping that they haven't already worked out the counters to what you played earlier.
It's literally, it looks like it's just going to be overpass again as they decide. If obviously as if Na'Vi wants it, but I assume they will. It's clearly their favourite map.
It's even the same veto order. Gambit started first last time as well. So it's just the coaches doing the vetoes this time. So the in-game leaders aren't up there. Zeus and Dozier, respectively, probably just in their seats. Oh, will be trained as the third. Okay.
Turnbull.
So for whatever reason, I guess they've had a couple of hard losses on that map recently, and they've opted for Train.
Guys, we have Nuke, we have Inferno, and then it's going to be Train rather than Overpass this time around. Let's begin here in just under a minute, which is what we have left. Let's talk about where you guys think this one lands, at least in the first map of Nuke.
I just want to do an overall. I think Na'Vi are just going to come out and steamroll right now. They're going to put on their big boy pants and play the proper Counter-Strike we know they can.
Yeah, the thing about this is, like, it's very bold by Gambit, because, yeah, as Sponge is saying here, I know it looks like, well, they won the last series, just do it again. But actually, playing Nuke against Na'Vi, that's a very dangerous task. They could end up absolutely getting 2-0'd here. Like, I definitely want to see what they're going to bring with Inferno, because I'm actually expecting Na'Vi to take a Nuke here. I think they're going to start strong. We're going to forget about that first series. If anything, it'll just help Na'Vi now. And, yeah, we could well have a blowout.
You talk about big boy pants, and, well, there's two guys over here that are, in fact, wearing the biggest pants in the house. Not really sure what I mean when I say that, but sometimes these sentences just fall out of my mouth. It's going to be Nuke, and it's going to be Henry G and Sadakis to bring us this first and series of Gambit versus Na'Vi. Take it away, boys.
One of us indeed does have a big waistline, and the other has a big crotch seam. It's the difference in the big pants, but they are the biggest in the house nonetheless. We are going to get into Nuke and Na'Vi versus Gambit.
We certainly are. It's the same map as we saw on the first day, and actually Gambit won 12-3 on their T side on Nuke. It's interesting. It will be a CT start by the looks of things from what I can see on the server right now. That means that Na'Vi opted to start on the T side. Is that a change of strategy? Are they going for something here? I'm not 100% sure. But either way, 16-4 victory for Gambit the other day. I don't think that scoreline will be replicated. I don't think Na'Vi already anticipating such a strong performance from Gambit. Obviously, always going to have deadly players on the server, and now they have Blade behind them as well, the tactical mastermind of the CIS region. Maybe they are here to cause a bit of damage.
Yeah, having Blade come over and coach them is certainly an interesting addition to the team. We know that his coaching pedigree was arguably more successful than his time with Flipside. Despite making it to the top 16 of so many majors, it was when he coached Hellraisers that they actually made it to the top 8. Let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
Can we get some noise? How do you hype them up again?
We wait till we're in the arena. I'll show you how to do it tomorrow.
Okay, please.
That's what we'll do. It's going to be the T-side stuff for Na'Vi. Remember, I think they've actually opted to start T-side here, which I find bizarre, but let's see how it works out for them. Going towards lower right now, Electronic leading the way. There is a player waiting for them in the form of Hobbit, though. You can see him posted up in the decon room. He is going to get at least one kill in this position. He's looking way too poised. There's the first. Flamey will be dropped. And that's actually 3 versus 5 as Hobbit gets his second. Can't find the third. And Edward and Simple will bring things into an equal kill and try to get the bomb down towards lower, perhaps. But Zeus still patrolling towards the lobby and actually trying to get towards the upper bomb site now. 3 versus 3. CT's with a kit available. Actually not. It's going to be Mur, who's looking very, very calm at this point.
Simple still holding down inside of the vents. Bomb. Bomb, where art thou? It's down below. He's got it in his hands. He's going to bring it back to Edward, who's guarded this upper site so effectively. Problem is they don't have control of heaven. They don't know what is up above, and they're going to think that's clear. That's an easy... Oh.
Didn't get that kill, man.
Okay. I was going to say easy bomb denial and kill. They do still have Dozier working in for the main entrance, but okay, bomb going down. Simple has a chance. He knows exactly where he is, and Simple tagged down to 26 has also put Mo on 9. This round should have already been over. Simple should already be dead as he continues to look for a sliver, just a little bit to fire at. It really is one bullet, and it's Simple that's going to win it as a result. That is Mo going to be kicking himself.
Yeah, he had it on a play, didn't he? He had the bomb planter in front of him. That was Simple originally. If you let him survive when you should have taken him down, he will punish you for it. 3 kills of Simple came down to the 1 versus 1 in the end. Na'Vi, after getting wrecked on this map 16-4, have the great start here on the T side of Nuke. A little bit of a strange round, fast towards outside at the very beginning. 3 players down towards lower, actually ending up towards the upper bomb site. They had lower under lock and key, really, after they brought into a 3-on-3. No CT presence at all. They came back towards upper, and they came down to straight up Angels. But, of course, Simple coming out on top towards the end. There is a force buy from Gambit here. We're going to have the Scouts, the CZs, and, of course, the Desert Eagles. Difficult to make these rounds really work out for you. But you can see this is better from Na'Vi. Definitely a team that have been criticised in the past for their approaches to the anti-ecos, but they're dropping all the smokes here, taking no risks, but still a very difficult and tight corridor to make your way through, and the CZs definitely can do a little bit of damage if they wait for you in these horrible little angles. It's a guarantee kill for Adrenaline. Oh, not quite.
Spoke too soon, Hank.
It's always those ones. The CZ actually has the upper hand compared to the AK, which is a weird thing to say.
Scout shot lands. That's onto Edward. So he's been tagged down to 31. Damage still being applied, therefore, by Gambit. Oh.
Dead now, of course.
Zoo's able to get the angle on him.
Yeah, remember he's got no helmet or armor, so even if it's a little wallbang attempt, he's going to be very squishy to those AK-47s. It looks like Na'Vi have got this round tied up, but there's always a chance the 1Ds can come through, or a CZ sequence could be in store for us. Here's Dosia, first chance there to take down Zeus. That was towards heaven. Didn't work out for him, and piece by piece, Na'Vi finding all the Gambit players here. 5 versus 2. There's the CZ, though. We knew he was going to cause some damage at 1 point. 8 seconds remaining. Bomb does go down. A little bit worried the plant wouldn't come through. The MP5, very popular weapon at this event so far. Seems to be actually quite effective. A lot of long-range kills I've seen with this particular weapon. It's the first event we're going to see the MP5. Here's Hobbit looking for the 1D. He's going to find the first, and will he find anything more? Possibly. Not quite. Simple takes him down. 3 players up against Mur.
Up against Mur, who only has a MAC-10. So this round going Navi's way will make it 2-0. Slow start. That's not unsurprising. CIS teams still seem to be the slowest in terms of tactical approach. So MAC-10 carried over, whatever that's worth. More importantly, has had armor, but no purchases for the CTs. He'll at least give away the CZ as well. Electronic wants the lighting changed.
He wants the lighting changed.
He made a gesture to the sky. I'm speculating and trying to do my job, Henry. Just let it happen.
Yeah, you're doing a very good job.
Oh, thank you.
There's Hobbits, and considering the way the team have played at this event, he might be considering his decision to remove himself. It's quite refreshing to see them actually winning some maps, you know? Convincing ones as well. But this is a rematch. This is one of the opening games of the tournament.
And it's all for naught if they don't make it to the arena,
That's
right?
True, yeah. It doesn't really mean anything. You've got to upset at the beginning, because if you don't make it to the arena, what was the point?
Flamey dinked up immediately when he peeks ramp. Now knows that they're there and won't bother
4
going back
players there.
toward it. Sorry?
There's 4 players there in
Yeah.
ramp. So, yeah.
They're ramping things up.
They really are. The MAC-10 in hand, and the push towards the lobby. Unfortunately, smoked out for now. Dosia, feeling brave, will go through it. But Edward, ready to farm some cash here. We'll get the first. Zeus, presumably, the third. There it is.
I like how he was going to stop shooting, got a kill, and was like, oh, I'll keep shooting then.
Well, why not? Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep applying the pressure, the pain.
Trophy.
There it is.
Zeus,
Nice.
not bad. I wonder if they've added the latest major trophy in there now, the new Pick'em. Have they updated the map? Can they do that quickly?
I don't think there's any. There's no trophies in there. Not
There
from,
is.
not from CS:GO stuff.
Oh,
It's safety awards.
That's
and
what they
stuff.
should do.
Yeah, I agree.
They should put the Pick'em trophies in there.
Nah, it's all just boring safety awards and
That's
stuff.
lame. Throw an Easter egg in there.
You should, yeah, you're right. We don't have enough. But here comes the first gun round. Edward will keep the MAC-10. There's 2 players, actually 3 of our helmets. No orb for Gambit. And this could be the start of something great for Na'Vi. If they can run away with this round, they're going to find a 5-0 start. And it's looking good. There's barely any utility for the CTs. And towards outside, they will head. MP5 for Flamey, Mac 10 for Edward. 4 players outside. Edward on the silo. He's going to try and drop down towards main entrance. So Smode's going to have to challenge here. Normally, the AWP of the squad will have to fight tooth and nail here with the rifle. Electronics already got down towards Secret. But great positioning from Hobbit. He'll get the first frag and smoke them off. Electronic with no trade potential, maybe a little bit too keen. Gambit looking healthy now.
Navi's Dota team also in action currently. Not sure why you care, but I just thought I'd let you know.
Didn't even know they had one.
I'm sorry. We're going to have words. Mo takes down Simple. So that's a start for Gambit. They're able to rotate back off ramp, but Zeus is still going to pursue it. And he actually catches out Mo, which now gives them control of the ladder toward Heaven, which he will absolutely go toward, and it gives them the ramp. So they've got some map control. Zeus checks outside. He wants to confirm that his team can rotate in that direction should they elect to do so, but it's a retake of the ramp by the CTs, and this could be punishing.
There's so many little interesting moments going on the map right now. It's difficult to keep up, but Mur, he'll drop down and take Edward with him. MP5 action now, and Zeus gets his kill towards outside. All of a sudden, this is looking possible. But Flamey, with 15 seconds remaining, they'll presumably just run him down once he goes to the plant, and indeed they will. So he'll get the bomb down, but still an expensive round for Gambit. They will not be financially secure just yet. We'll find ourselves. What's happened there?
Hobbit just killed himself with his own Molotov. That is literally a 1G.
I don't know what has happened. Luckily, they're still going to win the round. It's fine, but their money wasn't secure whatsoever. The fact that they have to defuse and have the Molotov down can make things a little bit problematic there. And I'm seeing them chat right now. That's actually quite a big deal. They've lost an M4 there. That means there's going to be significantly more investment as we get into round number 5. For Mass for Mo. UMP for Dosia lose this round, their double eco. So this is actually breaking point for Gambit here. They do have 1 kit, but significantly less firepower than Na'Vi.
That's just Hobbit's career right there, right? Like, he's going to kill himself, just take him off Gambit, just light himself up.
It was so weird. How did that even happen?
I don't know. He obviously thought it was going to be clear, and he went in a little early.
But it's such a massive deal because of the money that was low.
Absolutely. Anyway, they win the round, but you're right. It certainly could be punishing for them.
Yeah. They would have 2 AKs right now. Instead, they just have 1. We'll get into the next round. We'll have a look as to whether Na'Vi, with the full array of AKs now, before remember they had the MP5, the Mac 10, wasn't the ideal start, what we call the bonus round. But sure, they didn't win, but the fact it comes down to a 1 versus 1 was absolutely everything. Oh, look at the standoff here. Remember, Electronic pushed the position with no trade potential before. If they can, if Hobbit even gets 1 kill, as long as they take him down straight after, that's absolutely fine. Smoke down towards main entrance as the CT's probe. Let's see whether this difficult situation for Gambit is one that proves to be successful.
Hobbit's going to hold it. Electronic, the first to challenge. It's really a waiting game at this point. Both teams knowing that the other has possession of the subsequent area, and the fact that Simple got a Dren, Hobbit thought he needed to push to make amends for it. It was toward the big garage as well, so he likely assumed that they were going to wrap outside. And patience prevails. Hobbit goes down. It's now a 5-on-2. 3, I can count. I had to use my fingers, but I still got there. Zeus takes out Mir. Watch the rotation as Mo gets Zeus immediately after. It has to be swift from Doja, and it is. But it's 1-on-3, so chances of going any further, unlikely. That is the case, and Na'Vi go 5-1.
Slow round, get towards outside, wait for the mistakes to be made, trade out. Very methodical approach there from Na'Vi, and a very effective one. The fact they win that round, like we said, it's now a double eco scenario for Gambit. They might as well force this one because they can't buy next round regardless. They could just go for CZs, but they're going to take the timeout at this point, Matthew. And remember, Na'Vi only got 4 rounds on Nuke yesterday. They already have 4 on the T side.
That is a really good point. They're already tremendously better off than they were.
Yeah, they're always pretty much guaranteed 5.
You know, I don't like to make the jet lag excuse.
Yep.
But flying over from the major, I will give them a mental break, given that they were, kind of defeated hard in the
we did
finals.
The same thing, right? I'm not sure if you were affected. I felt like garbage on the first day. So.
Yeah, no, and I'm not even talking about the physical aspect of it, but like the travel coming straight off it is true. It's definitely a thing. I don't like it to be an excuse because everyone has to deal with it, and we all have to adjust to it.
It's not an excuse, right?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But I think coming off the major as well, just being in that final, losing it the way that they did, I think that the day one, their motivation was probably not that high. They were probably still lamenting.
Yeah, they weren't expecting much from Gambit. They probably didn't do much preparation. They didn't look at their demos or anything. There's not really much to look at considering this team is falling apart. But now, obviously, ready for it. And like we said, they chose the T side today, knowing there's some weaknesses perhaps. Maybe they've analysed the problems they had and thought we can get more rounds on our T side instead of going up against their very effective terrorist strategies. Let's just try and get as many as we possibly can and have an easy ride in the second half. So far, so good. 5 versus 3 as we talk over the action. Like we said, pretty much full eco. Yeah, they could have forced bought, but just went for some deagles, no armor. And if they are going to buy next round, it's going to be a very weak buy. The SMGs, shotguns are simple. Keeps finding kills. He's currently sitting at 7 frags. Actually, Zeus at the very top with 10 and 3. He's actually had a pretty decent tournament.
Yeah, his contribution individually has improved considerably from sort of 6 months ago when we were quite critical, some more than others, I have to say, of his performances. But lately, whether it's eco frags or not, he's still getting numbers on the board. He's looking like he's getting a number of multi-kill rounds. Has probably improved. I'm sure if that statistic has risen. He's doing much better.
Well, at this point in the group stages, you're just trying to get to the playoffs. Doesn't matter what maps you dropped or what went wrong. As long as you make it there, that's all that really counts.
It's pretty cutthroat in these 8-team tournaments as well. In the 16 teams, I definitely agree with your sentiment. In this, sure, the goal's no different. You want to get there, but it's so much harder and so much more cutthroat with these best of threes the whole way through.
Oof. Well, another eco for Gambit. We'll see whether they get anything done here. They naded towards outside, but no damage inflicted. It's simple. He's looking towards the main entrance there. Not going to find anything just yet. But this is almost 6-1 guaranteed. Gambit have got a very bumpy ride ahead of them here on Nuke. Simple might go down here, but still alive and kicking. Needs some backup though from his teammates as the kills come in with the USPs. Overcommitting a little bit too much here. Giving Adren an AK. He's got a real chance here, but Flamey will take him down. The aim punch certainly a factor there. He saw his crosshair jump into the sky. 3 on 2, and these are the players that don't have weaponry, but Dosia's position could prove to be fruitful. We'll see. I'm not sure how this is going so wrong, but there we go. That should solidify their chances here. 2 versus 1. Mo looking for anything he can. He can probably get an AK, but as soon as that bomb gets planted towards lower, where it's looking likely to end up, might not even get there though. Wow. Mo will go down. Nice shot from Flamey. At this point, it doesn't really matter they lose cash like that because we're 6-1 up and 3 players are on 5 digits. Zeus just shy of that 9,000. So it doesn't really matter too much. They gave away a few frags. They're doing a very, very good job. But the first real buy from Gambit comes through, Matt. AWP for Mo finally. And they have M4s. 1 kit, still not fully equipped in terms of grenades. But it's looking a lot more promising than it was initially. Na'Vi pretty much have enough rounds already. Anything at this point that is added will be a complete bonus. First shots being exchanged. Electronic tagged up, same story for Adren. Both of them hovering around half HP. And there's the first kill. Edward will be dropped. There's a lot of action going on all over the map, but it will be Mo to strike first. Hobbit seems more than happy to patrol towards that secret area, but how has Electronic made it down here already? He's got maybe a guaranteed kill. Everyone knows Hobbit plays in this position like he has been the last few rounds. He's going to execute the player here, and that could be a frustrating kill to receive. Now he has control of vents map. Remember, we talk about the vent control on this map. They can even get towards lower. The CT won't be able to rotate through because now you can't drop down and get straight towards the side. You have to go through the backpacks.
Yeah, the vents are so different.
Yeah.
Think back when we used to have 2 vents, straight down, straight back up the other side.
Yeah, that was so fun. I don't know why they removed that, but it's certainly an interesting addition. They've got full lower control, and they've got Electronic in the vent. They can go straight up plant. Actually, Electronic moved out. I'm surprised at that. I thought you'd just definitely stay towards his vent. Let's see if they've got anyone else in there.
Well, they've got decontamination covered off as well, so the chances of anyone getting down there and actually finding their way into the site is impossible. They still have to go either toward the control room stairs or toward decon.
To be fair, yeah. It's Zeus who's in squeaky door right now, so Vent's not really a factor. He can actually listen out and jump after people who make it down successfully. Now the bomb's planted. This is a bit of a nightmare for Gambit. They might even go for this map. They will. Dren takes down Flamey. They're sending 3 players towards the actual ramp itself.
Mo looking for a chance shot behind new box. Not old new box, where Electronics playing. And he spotted. Good play by Mir. Good movement to get above him. Doja. He also took down Zeus. That was the man that was lurking. Bomb still ticking, however, and Simple's found. Do they have time to get on the defuse? Yes, they do. They've just barely got on it with the kits. And the round goes to Gambit.
There we go. Great
Take it lower.
Yeah, we normally talk about that being an impossible, but they sent 3 players towards the ramp. They were very effective in the trades and actually very aggressive and quick. And there was 1 player with the kit. That was a Dren. He luckily is the closest to the bomb. They keep 3 players alive. Their first proper full buy. They managed to recover from what looked like an unwinnable situation. Electronic getting towards lower so quickly. Finds Hobbit in the back. They had lower control, but with Zeus watching the vents themselves, actually Gambit focusing towards ramp. Na'Vi lost most of the Angels. It was Simple left in a 4 versus 1. I thought he stood a chance, but the damage inflicted with the first kill was too great. And back to outside, it looks where Na'Vi will be heading. Smokes aren't great, though. I don't think they've been deployed correctly. There we go. Second one comes in, and there is a player this time. It will be Hobbit once again, I believe, actually challenging a bit more aggressively. Not going to be down the steps this time. That's such a one-and-done position. If he gets 2 kills here, I'd be very impressed.
Well, the fact that a Dren just took some aggro, Hobbit, and Dren did such a tremendous job. All Hobbit needed to do was get one in that situation. It's still a 3-on-2. It's still Gambit with the lead. Nice nade. It's still not necessarily a round that is safe and sure, as Doja has to hold off the stairs. If they get this kill onto him and get a bomb plant, they've got issues on the Gambit side.
They're holding up in the corner. They might go towards upper here. 3 versus 2. Electronic, known for his fantastic aim, has to try and propel the bomb site here, but Mir, position too strong, takes him down. They know where Flamey is at this point. Just going to throw a smoke and actually go for the double kill here. Mo lands the orb shot though. 6-3, having completely broken Na'Vi financially, yeah, but they're getting there. Electronic still with $10,000. It's 3 of them who are relatively low, but Gambit now looking healthier here on Nuke. It's 6-3. We've got a tactical timeout coming through. I guess this will be called by Na'Vi, just to distribute the wealth accordingly. Ever since Mo's picked up the AWP, he's done a great job finding those impactful kills. And you're right, in that previous round, it was good to see Gambit actually baiting in Hobbit a little bit more. He was aggressive in that pretty awkward spot, but Adren did fantastically well, just taking that aggro wave just for a split second and allowed Mo to rotate in and finish things off with the AWP as Coach Kane actually won the major back, what, 2 majors ago now? Was it Krakow their one? They won it with Gambit. Zeus was in the Gambit squad with Kane, and now moving over to Na'Vi, of course. That's the final few moments of the previous round. Double kill was certainly available for Flamey.
That's slow-mo, sexy voice.
Yeah. But there it is. Most of the money now expended for Na'Vi. Maybe going for a fast upper take. Loads of things. Flashbangs are in. But Mo through the door. This is looking fantastic for him. 2 kills come through. They went for the fast squeaky play. Really hasn't worked out for them. And now they have to fall back.
Push through trophy for Simple Doja. Not going to let him get through that smoke for free, however. He'll reposition back toward headshot, be ready to drop off and cover off the lower side. Meanwhile, Zeus on Silo, brilliant shot again. Hobbit is having a hard time controlling that secret entrance area. Doja nade. Not going to catch Simple, but if it had, it would have been his death. He's only on 19 HP. Mo takes Flamey. Good play, good hold from Gambit this time, despite Hobbit going down. Everyone else has been extremely successful. Zeus with 20 and Simple with 19. And they're spread out, but Zeus trying to find one good shot outside to open up the map again.
Not really much they can do with this. 45 seconds. Went for the upper rush. Shut down by Mo, which has been the case since he picked up the AWP. 3 kills for him in this particular round. Full vision of the bomb, and that's a nice little spot to catch players rotating forward. They've hold on to their AKs here. I think they're going to be forced buying next round, so they'll save 2 AKs, probably get 3 pistols, maybe an SMG thrown in. Flamey can maybe get an AK as well. And presumably go for like a ramp rush or try and drop down the vents. Maybe do the outside smokes and then pull a rotation, then go towards ramp. But this round pretty much concluded now. The CT's not going to be pushing forward. Here's the POV of Mo getting it done. Oh, the second shot through the smoke. That's absolute filth. As he repositions, takes down Flaney as well. Round over, just to confirm, both players survived on the Na'Vi side. They get no cash. They can't drop a weapon at this point. Zeus could maybe drop a UMP or something. We'll see whether he's that way inclined. He probably would prefer to get some grenades instead, so they have a bit of utility. UMP being purchased, and they'll work out how they can make this round work for themselves. So indeed, Flamey could get enough for the single AK. Zeus will actually give his AK to Electronic and use the UMP. That's quite rare to see. Normally it's the meme where everyone on Na'Vi has AKs apart from Electronic and Simple.
Shots from Mo do not connect anyone outside as they get closer once again to that secret entrance again where Hobbit has been struggling. He's not there this time. Far more passively. He waits at the bottom side of the vents. Now he starts his rotation towards Secret. In fact, he'll play it from the control room stairs. Electronic has already cleared out the stairs themselves and wants the outside big garage. So he'll hold here, and you can see it. Now, if he's going to rotate back around, I assume with his positioning, they're going to try and hit upper because he'll be able to cut off from main entrance.
Remember, this is the force buy from Na'Vi after having the great 6-1 lead. It's starting to get a little bit more uncomfortable for them. Gambit's finally showing some signs of life. It's been a few months. Mo spots the first crossing over towards ramp. You feel like he's so ready for this, though. Hasn't really missed a beat since he picked up the AWP. Been a real nuisance for them. Simple hasn't had the opportunity to really challenge. And he wants a bit more here. Shoots through the legs of another, but still alive and falls back towards lower.
Simple does take down a Dren. Again, Electronic at outside, though, has so much map control. They've really got Gambit cordoned off, especially Mir. He's gone. No trigger discipline, just walks straight out and still gets away with finding Hobbit. Doja, meanwhile, rotates back around. Hobbit sits at 4-11. He was 4-4 before we really got into the thick of this game. In fact, he was 4-4 when he killed himself. He has not yet found a single kill since.
That's a little bit worrying. And so is the situation for Mo. Na'Vi, after struggling to really find success outside once the orb was brought out, like I said, going towards ramp made sense. Mo gets the first kill. Once he went down towards lower, you've almost made him redundant because once he goes downstairs, the orb not that effective, and they know it as well. They're trying to find his next kill, but he's doing such a great job. I'm not sure if he'll continue to stay alive here. It gets dropped eventually. Finally, I should add, as he managed to get 3 kills in total. Made it expensive for Na'Vi, but that's the force by victory for the favored team in this matchup.
It's a bit somewhat haunting that since killing himself on round 4, he has not gotten a single kill, Hobbit. But nonetheless, the round goes to Na'Vi this time, and it's back to the books. A tactical timeout from Gambit. Yeah, I'm so used to saying technical, but I meant tactical.
I think Mo should buy the orb here, and they should force into it. Yeah, I feel like it's worth it. The way he's playing right now, I think that's fine, but it doesn't look like they're going to go for it. He'll go with Deagle, and presumably nothing else. He wants to save his money. 13 kills to his name. I think that was worth it. It would have been a bit of a risk, sure, but got to take those sometimes. Pistols allowing Na'Vi to get to 8 rounds on the T side might be a little much, but they got very close to winning these rounds before. Na'Vi sometimes can be a little audacious with their anti-force fire, anti-eco approaches. Sometimes pushing in solo to really contested choke points as they flash towards upper. This could be one of those moments here. There it is. Mo will get the first kill. Edward dropped. You do not want to go towards upper 1 by 1. But there we go. Having more firepower at this point. They know Hobbit's on top of the roof, so he shouldn't be able to do too much here. As Dosia with the 1D, you can see them all fighting one-on-one. And for now, it's a 3-on-3 as Electronic heads towards the ramp. Adren in a great position to be guaranteed a frag here. And you can see, again, they're always alone and isolated. So it's a little bit odd for me watching Na'Vi anti-eco sometimes. But the bomb will be planted. That might secure their chances here. And the retake begins.
Retake begins. Hobbit immediately out, and he's gotten back into the killing ways. He's gotten Zeus down on the AK-47, and he'll follow that up. So the curse has been broken.
They never seem to want us to go, just do a default, guys. Let's maybe work a pick. They seem to get an idea in their heads, like, we're going to try and get towards upper, throw a couple of flashes in, and then get wrecked by the pistols. But Gambit hit everything there. The Deagle's successful. Na'Vi will be kicking themselves somewhat. That was just a round with CZ's Deagle's no armor. And they allow them back in the game. That should have been a punish.
Kane looks very
Oh,
annoyed by that.
I would be annoyed at that. That was awful. Like, why didn't just do an outside execution with the smokes? You know their money's completely wrecked. Just use power and numbers. If you go in the same position, they're not going to multi-frag you. If you run in 1 by 1, you'll give up an AK with no trade, and then all of a sudden, they're back in the round. It's one of those maps, especially with players like Hobbit, etc. If you give them an AK, give them some positional control, they're going to punish you for it. Just need to stick together and use the buddy system. So those trades, even if they come through, you could deny them picking up the weapons. Flamey out in the open by himself, gives up the AK, and then it all falls apart. Now buy up again, but now we really have got a game on our hands as Na'Vi might not be able to close out the half of a victory in terms of the overall scoreline. Looking for 8, but Mo on the AWP once again. As you mentioned, Hobbit didn't frag for a long time, but he gets 2 kills there. 6 kills, 11 deaths. At one point was considered one of the best fraggers in the game. Haven't really seen that side of him in a while.
No, certainly not. Mir, meanwhile, gets electronic.
He was trying to Venn dive. That was electronic. He got taken down.
Caught out. Nice gap in those smokes. There, though. Hobbit again gets caught. He is not doing well at Secret at all. Simple. Just running with a deagle, and Adren has no answer for it. That's pretty ridiculous. Mode, second kill takes down Zeus. Second kill, I should say. It was Mir that got the first second kill for Gambit. As Doja will get in behind the orange box, try and hold the position, but I think they heard him. Either way, they check it. Flamey nails that, and Na'Vi once again have control of the lower site. This off the back of having very little money is Mo. Thought he was being
All
clever.
right. That was sick from Flamey. Goodness gracious.
What is this accuracy?
Yeah, did you hear that? Some of this one-tap city over here. Everywhere
One
they
tap
went.
city.
Yeah.
Is the
One tap
mayor
town
scream?
might be better.
One tap town?
Yeah. He's a bit of a illustration.
Metropolis,
there.
not a metropolis. It's just a town.
Yeah. It's a small one. Not many residents, just Simple and Flamey, who just completely wrecked that shot. Oh my god. But Flamey sounded more impressive. Just so precise. Difficult to show you how much skill was involved there. So much action going on at once. And Na'Vi bounced back. They do find the 8th round. And will be the force buy in response from Gambit. Scouts for Mo. Near with the MP9 and 3 M4s. Still always going to be viable for them. We'll see whether they can find the initial kill here. Mo's been very good at getting them.
Shots from Doja just anticipating an approach toward ramp. They nearly actually spotted each other, Doja and Simple, but there was an electronic in the way of Simple's aim, so he couldn't actually fire the shot to get Doja removed from the ledge. Smoke down, Simple backs away again. Mo trying to fire back in with just the USP rather than the scout that time, perhaps thinking they might be a little bit closer, and he wants to be ready to defend himself. Nonetheless, Doja has been efficient. He's played ramp to perfection, drops down, and actually catches them with utility. Speaking of, couldn't find the second shot despite that electronic was actually blinded, but he has a great angle from the orange box, and look at him go. Doja with 2. Hobbit steps in to get the other, and Adren gets Simple.
Yeah, great stuff from Dosia there. Positioning himself towards the shadow position and lower. Great movement. Just trading out kills. His teammates taking aggro from him as well. He gets 3 in total. And Gambit find their 6th round. Round number 15 coming through. Simple actually buys up the AWP for the first time. Just to note, Simple has 15 kills, 6 deaths. Flamey with 12 and 7. Those are the names you want at the very top. Electronic a little bit absent on 7 and 10. But like we already said, 8 rounds on the T-side of Nuke. That is a bit of a death sentence here for Gambit. They need this last round. And it could be anyone's, to be honest, but Simple with the AWP. He'll take down Mo. I think that's the first time he's beaten an Orbital. As Hobbits will get the double spray down. How quickly it all turns around. Zeus now trying to make up for it. Oh. Good grenade, but I feel like he won't get the kill quite. There it is, Edward will. And at this point, 3 versus 3. It's a little bit chaotic, this first map of the best of 3. But I'm enjoying it still.
You normally do.
A massive amount of skill being displayed right now in terms of the individual aim battles, I think.
Not a ton of kills built up on the Gambit side, considering they're on CT. No one really far and large ahead in kill totals. Still, they clear out Secret. And Zeus will work toward decontamination. be open. Smoke in, Molotov to orange box. No more toxic room in the corner. So they don't have to worry about that. Bomb goes down. And Doge just starts his rotation. In fact, he'll be joined Mirror. They have had success from ramp.
Yes, they have. When you break it down, it actually is the most viable place to go because you don't have to deal with the vents at all. And as long as you've got a system, use the flashbang, smoke off areas like Simple's in right now, you'll probably be absolutely fine. But there's the smoke coming through. Is it too late? Time will tell. Simple will find Adren. He's going to push his smoke. He doesn't seem to care as Edward pretty much secures the round for him now. The MP9 trying to finish things off. Not going to be the case. 9-6 to Na'Vi. That's on their T side. Remember, they opted to go on the T side. I don't think I've ever seen that before. A team
on
willing.
Nuke?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's very common. Maybe Nip did it once, I think. I think Nip did it once, way back.
Yeah. For them, they were specialists in the map, right? And I feel like that's the main reason they've done it. They feel like maybe Gambit's got a very strong T side, so they get in there first and not let them run over them. Win the pistol, perhaps in the second half. Set themselves a nice total. And Zeus actually had a very good half, so did Mo. Impressed with this sequence, that was fantastic. 3 kills in that particular round. Good stuff. See him looking much more efficient. And remember, there was 6-1 down, to be fair, so Gambit, all things considered, bringing it back to 9-6 was actually quite impressive. They were in a rut, and they had to win a few pistol rounds themselves, and some force buys. There's Electronic, a name that's getting more synonymous with top-level Counter-Strike. Adren with the Deagle on the T side. You do not see that much anymore. That's a play that really has gone out of fashion considering we have the P250 armor combo now. The Deagle doesn't really have a place in the pistol. But
Yeah,
we'll
I mean, you could still do the raid boss, the Superman.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make sense with the Deagle really because it costs so much. It's $700. It means that you can't get a utility on top of it. PD50 is $300. You can get a smoke and a flash with that.
Yep. Well, Adren, with that Deagle, clearly already fired a shot because he's reloaded. And another one.
You casting all shots fired?
All shots fired.
Okay, another shot now.
And another. And another. There's just flying out of Flamey's gun right now. He is unstoppable. His speed, his prowess, that's like 25 shots. And he's taken about 25 shots before Mo finally takes his head off. Zeus to rotate over. Ramp lost, I say, but Simple's position is rather clever.
Yeah, he needs his teammates to help him out, though. Take a bit of the aggro away. Simple. Ready and waiting. Surely going to be punished here. Nice stuff. Coming in, this USP can be a little bit of a cruel mistress sometimes. Miss that first bullet. You have to try and recover with a bit of a spray. Not the easiest weapon to manage. I'd say the P2000 maybe is a little bit better when things go wrong for you. Get an extra bullet in the clip as well. But there we go. It's 9-7. Gambits, we know they're very good on the T side of Nuke. I'd say if Na'Vi win the pistol, it would be a lock-in. But Gambit picked it up, and they're looking for 9-9 here. It's going to be the force buy and response. I don't think Na'Vi had to do that considering how many rounds are on the T side, but Gambit have got 4 MAC-10s. I'm not going to argue with them too much because I am still excited to see new ideas brought towards Nuke. They're going to rush towards upper and see where they can make this happen. It's looking very efficient so far, and suits their approach perfectly. They're sending everyone in towards upper. You want the closer range weaponry, the running gun, fast mentality there, but 2 kills come in, and it's up to the 3 remaining players in Na'Vi just to save their weapons, knowing this is impossible for them now.
Okay. Thought he might have a chance at it, given that the crawling player was sneaking into his crosshair, but he absolutely took him down by way of aim punch on an SMG. Simple still sitting back. Has very little to do in this round, aside from maybe ponder what he would like for lunch, dinner, maybe go to a baseball game.
Possibly.
What about sushi? I think that's a good lunch.
Could order some right now.
We could.
There it is. Pretty much clean sweep for Gambits. Only 1 player survives for Na'Vi. That's Simple. He has the scouts, but I don't think that will be much of a catalyst in terms of Na'Vi's success going forward. MAC-10s, now the perfect weapon going up against USP's no armor. This should be all tied up, and I'm a little bit worried for Na'Vi now. I'm sure it'll be fine considering the CT side, but remember, Gambit, in their first showing of the tournament, no one expected anything. They played Na'Vi on Nuke. They've got 12 rounds on their T side, so all of a sudden this is looking very possible for them.
Well, they'll be certainly aware of that fact. Have that confidence to try and carry them across the line.
I guess the problem as well, if you're a team like Na'Vi, I just really don't agree with the fact that some of these top teams just have these permanent vetoes. You know, like they have to ban cash every single matchup. They have to ban cash, right? Why don't you just learn the map?
I was going to say, just learn it.
Just play it. At least have it in your wheelhouse. You don't have to you can't get punished by a team that's specialist on a particular map. If you know they are, you can get rid of it. At least be competitive on the map. Like PL with the player, like Astralis don't play it a ton, but if they have to, it can happen, right? But this is actually getting a little bit closer than I thought. Maybe I was talking over the action a bit too much because it's gone to a 3 versus 3. That should secure things for Gambit, though. That's the kill on Flamey. But a lot of low HP players remaining. Mo's going to be dropped here, presumably, but Edward can't do enough damage. Electronic can. Great shot. He could actually still win this. This is a little bit awkward.
If he had hit the shot on Hobbit immediately, then yes, I would have agreed with you. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It's 9-9. Na'Vi stealing one back. You know what I meant. Didn't even want to answer it.
Yeah. Well, the orb's out for Mo. He's been looking very efficient with that particular weapon. Money's going to be a bit of a problem, as usual. Na'Vi, force buying that second round, won't really have a boatload of cash here. No AWPs, no kits as of yet.
This is interesting to note as well, that they're obviously calling this timeout, knowing now we're getting into the gun rounds, the 3-0 start, where do they want to go? But this is they only have one timeout left. That's their third. So if things get a little hot and bothered, perhaps that becomes an issue a little bit later on.
Gambit actually look like they're in a very promising position now. They've tied things up to 9-9. We know that T-side's good. They have full control of the money. If they can win this round, I dare say they take the first map. We'll have a look. They've got decent spawn for a fast upper play. Still a little bit of a bonus situation with Hobbit's Mac 10 there. Mo's on the AWP. They'll smoke towards outside. And looking like to have a fast approach. Hobbit's not wasting any time. His campaign towards the vents here. Takes a nade to the face, but he has made it down successfully.
He has. The vent dive. Oh,
what's happening?
Nice, nice!
What?
Hobbit's on the ladder. Simple didn't know.
So
Simple went in to chase him, and Hobbit was standing on the ladder holding position, and Simple gets caught out by it.
That's so weird.
Oh, you gotta love knifing Simple, don't you?
Yeah, that will get him tilted. So that's the opening kill. It's a knife. Don't see that every day. 2 stabs it took as well in his feet. As they'll smoke towards lower. They might have this round locked in.
Achilles tendons.
Yeah, I don't think Na'Vi can do anything about this. Bomb's down already, or not quite. Dren will be there, and they'll get the plant in now. Yeah, this is a nightmare for Na'Vi. He gets the opening kill by dropping in the vent and knifing. Players reacting to the situation. Electronic will get one and pick up an AK, but I don't think they can justify even going for this now. 10-9.
Yeah. Gambit take back the lead 4 in a row to start off their T-side.
The entry kill, of course, comes
with
in
the
the
knife. Yeah.
That's how you crack open the site. Knife kill.
I mean, it was, yeah, a bit of a different situation, but yes, pretty sick. Edward gets a Dren. At least his gun's saved. They know where they are. I don't know that Mir's going to go really hunting that aggressively. Good crossfire set. So he peeks up. It goes down. Zeus actually hits the shot. Putting us now, as you say, 10-9. It is a few guns carried over.
So not a complete disaster for Na'Vi. Sure, they're not going to win the rounds. And allows Gambit to get double digits and actually 4-0 on the T side. But saving 3 weapons means it's not guaranteed. They're going to give up the 5-0 here. Na'Vi can still do whatever they can going forward. It's going to be the 3 rifles. It doesn't look like they're going to be fully investing, but there's Blade behind them. It's so good to see him in the coaching role, I think. I think that suits him perfectly. I really wasn't excited about seeing them just attend another minor this year. I'm talking about Flipside, obviously, but he's a very respected tactical leader. Not so much known for the fragging. So using his brain rather than brawn, trying to find a new path to success for Gambit. They certainly had it last year when Zeus was the in-game leader, managed to get them a major championship under their belts, but they've been distinctly average. Well, maybe not even that in 2018. It's been a very disappointing season for them.
Yeah, not the greatest. Hobbit, nonetheless. Top Twinkie's going to try and look down. We got to call it Twinkie. We're in the US now.
Yeah, it's fine by me.
Hey, where's the cream filling? That's what she said. Squeaky. Flash. Simple, meanwhile, gets back out toward the stairs at the vent. Can actually start to look, excuse me, from control room toward Adren. Molotov goes behind him, forces him out, and Adren may not want to have forced Simple out because that's what you get greeted with.
That's not bad at all. Simple and that Deagle. Quite the iconic duo. Hobbit has made his way towards the aircon units. Flamey's beneath him, but he can suddenly get up there, so we'll have no idea players are close by, but he seems aware of the possibility at least as he repositions. Hobbit, though, a chance to find an opening kill for Gambit. Towards upper, nails the shot. Flamey a little bit gutted that he couldn't relay that information to his teammates, but maybe the response will come through. Mo to strike first, though. Simple in the back. Can't connect the dots and actually gets taken down. This is turning into a bit of a nightmare now as it goes to the 2 versus 1. Flamey with just the Desert Eagle. Now finds the AK. Bomb planted. 2 kills to find. He has no armor, as you can see. The nade does 85 damage. That's not ideal. That's pretty much as powerful as they get.
So that's the way the cookie crumbled, Henry. 11 to 9. You might be right. Gambit might be onto something on this T side.
I think so.
That would be remarkable. I mean, think about that. I mean, Na'Vi, they won this event with Simple Guardian still on the team. It's the first one they won. Everyone went, wow, this is it. This is the dream team for Na'Vi. And then obviously they didn't win after that. This obviously being New York 2016. Last year, FaZe won it. Gambit had Zeus for, it's like full circle, but yet imagine now that Na'Vi doesn't make it back to the playoffs.
It's been so many weird instances like that this year. Look at North, for example. They win DreamHack Masters Stockholm. They win the biggest trophy they have in a couple of years. And then next week,
Failed to make the major.
they failed to make the major and they've changed the roster. It's like, what's happened there?
Yeah.
It's like, there's been so
Well,
many bizarre instances there.
Fnatic with Katowice.
Sure. they win
Golden.
that.
Yeah,
It always
dominant
goes wrong.
performance, and then, oh, just kidding. See you later, Golden. In fact, I wanted to remove him before that event, if you remember correctly. Good pull toward main entrance, but Hobbit and Doja going back around, and Mir taking out Edward. This is just dominant. Every single kill. Finally, Flamey gets one in return, but okay, gets Hobbit as well. I was going to say he's going to have to be extremely flaming to try and find any more than that, but gets it down. Unfortunately, Mo has the angle already covered off. 12 now for Gambit.
Fast upper play coming in from Gambit, focusing towards the upper bomb site and indeed outside. Hitting every shot, it seemed, and Na'Vi is rolling over at this point. 12-9. Money's in the proverbial bin. As the shotgun comes out for Zeus, there'll be a deagle for Electronic, but it feels like Gambit has got this one tied up. It seems this is why Na'Vi chose to go on the T side first, because their CT, they've got no response. It's currently 6-0 on the second half. In favour of Gambit, of course. Na'Vi are yet to post around on their CT side. There he is, Blade. Zeus's nemesis, it seems. Great series to open up this tournament against these two teams. Quite exciting, I have to say. When all 3 maps at Na'Vi now up against it. So for now, you know that Gambit have a massive upper hand in the upcoming round. You can see the equipment there, but there is a bit of a secret weapon being brought out, I believe. Simple as the AWP. Is this going to be enough for them to find some form and get back into the game? He looks towards outside right now. Deagles, shotguns, and sniper rifles. Simple has to find kills.
So Simple. Still looking to see if he can get anyone outside at any position, any angle, any facet, as he looks back from Twinkie to the boxes, rotating from CT spawn back to the garage, and no one gets around the corner to give themselves up quite so easily. Door's been blown out. Zeus ready with a shotgun to pounce upon anyone who dare put their paws on it, Henry. No one clips his claws. He's a tiger.
Outside setup coming through. Smokes deployed. Shotguns to defend. But Simple smoked out. I'm not sure he can do much about this. He doesn't really want to fire shots off either because he wants to keep the fact he has the AWP. A little bit of a secret here. A slight gap. I said that with bated breath because you can't really find much at all. It's going to be Gambit making their way down towards lower. And they've got a huge upper hand here, looking for their 13th round.
Absolutely are. Zeus, smoke down, just fires in. Pellets everywhere, but no one to receive them. Flamey on 34, tagged already. And Electronic rotating, trying to get down lower before such time that the bomb arrives. Mir. Oh, he had the right anticipation. He knew that Electronic was going to be in there somewhere, but couldn't get the angle. Electronic actually finds his
5
second
seconds.
kill. You're right, the time is low. He hits a Dren. Bomb can't be planted. Is it going? It's not. It's done. They couldn't actually get it down.
That's insane. They get all 5 kills, but they wasted too much time. They went to a depot at the very start of the round there, waiting and trying to ascertain information. What weapons do they have? Was the AWP available? And it wasn't actually anything to do with the AWP, but the reason the round went against them is this Electronic hold towards lower. 5 seconds, you can see at the top of your screen. As soon as he hits that shot, it's all done for. Na'Vi get a lifeline, some extra cash injected. It's round number 23, and they're not done just yet, it seems. 5 M4s, no kits, limited utility. Gambit can go for the reset here. Mo with the AWP, but fast towards outside. But Electronic, I presume he's in garage. I thought he was towards secret, so there's not really much he can do once they get down. He'll be controlling towards main entrance, but Dosia, low HP, still gets the frag somehow. Zeus looked a little bit confused as to what's going on there. Simple, anything but. Nails the headshot and patrolling lower now.
Patrolling and rotating back out toward the ramp. Knows his teammate's still in that position, so he's safe to rotate all the way around from there. And in fact, it looks as though he will to look outside, and they'll rotate in to hell, to lockers. Simple stays underneath after all. Electronic's position is lovely. Big garage, catch off anyone going toward the main entrance. If they try and drop down, he's certainly going to be ready for it, and it looks as though that could be a possibility. Would also serve to tell if anyone heads toward the secret stairs, which Adren has done. He is down below. Simple needs to be ready for that. Actually, Hobbit got around Electronic.
Yeah, so he jumps past that position, knowing that he can't be seen. He'll keep looking towards the garage here, but he's made it towards the aircon unit once again. Electronic, after losing Edward, will have to try and strike back. Nice shots, and Hobbit even better reply. 3 versus 2. Remember, this is pretty much game if Na'Vi give this round up because their money is non-existent, and this will bring the scoreline to 13-10.
Yeah, well played from Hobbit. Knew that as soon as Electronic got that kill at Big Garage, there's no idea. He would have no idea that Hobbit was there, so
They're
waited
saving.
for it. And you're right, they're going to have to call a save, so they get 1 round by a stroke of luck with time, and now they're going to be reset. Having all 5 players die in the last round and have 2 saved this time, this goes 13-10, and Gambit have a massive advantage.
They certainly do. Goodness gracious me. Gambit, after only getting 6 rounds on their CT side, are turning this right around. It's Inferno next. Now that's obviously a lot more comfortable for Na'Vi. But this goes back to my point of these top teams. I think if you want to be considered even in the conversation for like #1 team in the world, you have to have a 7-map pool. You have to be like Astralis, and sure, they have maps that maybe not 100% on, like I referenced earlier. They can't play cash at maybe the best possible level, but they've got it in the wheelhouse, and they can't be punished too much by these sort of teams when you just know, well, they're going to veto cash straight away. We can just get them back on Nuke, and we know they will squirm on that somewhat. So it's definitely interesting for me that after so much time, and especially with the player break as well, they didn't think, well, let's surprise everyone in the major. Let's say turn up and play cash and maybe start some mind games here. Grenades coming through. A little bit of damage inflicted by the CT forces. Just to note, the scoreline in the first match of Inferno was 16-11 to Na'Vi, so Gambit certainly competitive on it. That wasn't a stomping by any stretch. But this time it's train to finish instead of overpass.
Yeah, a little bit different.
Oh, Simple.
Tactical, Simple's timing, perfect. one of the two guns, and he gets 3 kills with it. He's looking for the 4th. He'll take the bomb down as well. It's just Doja left. That's pretty sick. That is exactly what they needed as Flamey closes it out.
That was so nice to watch. You just saw how calm he was as well. Just like analyze the situation in a split second, realized he could actually call for the flashbang from his teammates. It's so effective as well. Look at them. They have no idea what's going on. Most players are full back at that point, but this is simple. He does what he likes. He gets all 4 kills, no problem whatsoever. Makes them look very average, and maybe Na'Vi are back in this one, as they managed to save 2 weapons before. This time they have 4 AKs coming in 2s for Electronic and Edward. It's Zeus and Flamey with the M4A4s. Simple, presumably, got an AK on the ground as well. So there we go. Back and forth now. Isn't over by any stretch of the imagination. Seems like Na'Vi are keeping themselves in the game. Excited to see.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to keep yourself in the game, by the way.
Well, so now the only 2 rounds they've won are
a timeout, which was luck,
and a
in
simple
some ways.
4K sequence.
Yeah, I won't say it was luck, right? Electronic put himself there, got the kills, but it was very lucky that it was very fortunate that they found themselves with that situation.
They shouldn't be winning that round because they had no armor, just eagles, and it just came down to the timer. There was a bit of a misplay from Gambit. You can't. That's obviously not sustainable to say, let's try and run the clock down every single round.
But you made an excellent point. It's not like they've won any rounds directly at merit. And again, they're going to go fast and get overrun. This time, Edward needs to be efficient, and point 2 does that. That gives them a chance. But Hobbit, despite trading that, has Mir go one better and take down Zeus as well. We find ourselves very quickly with 1:32 still on the clock in a 2 versus 2. Bomb already being planted.
This is it. Another upper rush successful by Gambit. The fact it comes down to a 2-on-2 post plan is fantastic for them. But Flamey seems aware of the positioning. And the CT's come through. Mir gets the opening shot, and now it's Flamey who has to find both, but nothing he can do. Reset once again, Matt. 14-11, and will Na'Vi break at this point? They'll have to buy up, I think. I don't think you can allow Gambit to get 15-11. And have 4 map points. I feel like, oh, yep, Zeus has already called it. He's got the auto shotgun. That's
all right.
Bold call.
It's a bold play, Cotton.
Let's see if it works out for him. UMP, Deagle, a couple of M4s, and a Zeus auto shotgun. They have been quite tenacious today, I'll say that much, and it looked like it was completely over. Like we said, the timeout round and then a simple 4K, but it feels like that is clutching at straws. They haven't been able to string together 2 rounds yet. They've only got 2 in the second half. They were actually 6-0 down until they posted a round and then got fully reset, and it's happened again here.
Yeah. Gambit's winning this game in the hardest fashion possible. Coming from behind on the CT side. Eking it out, giving away 2 rounds. You could say Simple definitely didn't give that one away. He stole it from them.
Yes.
With the AK, but nonetheless, Gambit still somehow have snuck ahead and firmly in the driver's seat. Zeus being inside of HUD is interesting with the shotgun.
Well, he has to get stuck in, doesn't he? At least 1 kill required. If he goes down with nothing, that will all be in vain. And surely they would better hold on for 4 rounds.
I thought Edward was actually going to double up on that position and be able to trade it, but he's still outside towards Squeaky. No one goes there. Zeus was so close to being the protagonist. Now he might just be a support role when he rotates on a shotgun as well. That's going to be difficult.
Ramp's completely open, by the way. Na'Vi have taken such a gamble, not putting anyone there whatsoever. So now they've got a complete open runway towards the lower side, but there is 1 player waiting for them. I believe it is the man himself, Simple. He's got the UMP against multiple players here. Can't get anything down apart from a little bit of damage, as at this point it's up to Flamey from Decon, but the grenade connects and the bomb will at least be delayed. Remember, it was time that eluded them before, and now they've got 14 seconds, and they're not planting just yet. It will come through, but I don't think Flamey can deny. Tried his best, but the bomb does go down.
Does indeed. Zeus sitting back still with that shotgun, has to shoot out the window. They know where he is, they know what he has, and Mo makes no mistake to find him. Electronic still though gets him back, so too Flamey finds Doja. It's on to Hobbit. He's rotated all the way around toward the ramp. Bomb continues to tick, but they're going to try and pull him out. Do they expect him to be that far away? Certainly, they're still staring in that direction.
He's won. Hobbit's got this. The fact they have no kids here, and it's a nice open plant. Yeah, it's the first kill, and I don't think there's time to defuse.
No time.
So they're absolutely done for here. Gambit will find map points. T-side just seems too efficient right now, Matt. They've got a great mixture of the outside defaults, but their upper rush for me looks the most exciting. It seems like they can't be shut down. There's no response. There's nothing that can be done. If they want to rush up, they're going to bring it down to a clutch situation, or post-plant at least. And they seem to be now secured the victory in map number 1 of this best of 3. We're going to see AKs for Masses and UMPs purchased for Na'Vi here.
Map point for Gambit. Unbelievable scenes, you would say, Henry?
Considering the first half and how confident Na'Vi looked, I'm absolutely agreeing with you there. This is a little bit worrying for Na'Vi. Not even to make the arena. They won this event 2 years ago.
Yep.
It's a shame for them to crash out now. And I'd almost team isn't going to be anything going forward. Like, I wouldn't be excited at the prospect they're making it to the arena. I want to see Na'Vi kind of in there.
We've already got Liquid. We've already got Mouse Sports. Mouse Sports is another team. Are there more changes there? Who knows? Sticko rejoined their ESCA roster, just to note. Doja and Mir start off at the beginning to the end of Nuke. Good shot from Electronic. He's got something left in him.
Yeah, but it might be in vain at this point. 4 versus 2. They know his position. They can just focus on him. Indeed, they will. Flamey now holding towards upper. Ladies and gentlemen, it's actually happened after going 9-6 up on their T side of Nuke. It's all collapsed for them. They had nothing to show for themselves on the CT side, but Gambit absolutely did. The mixture of aggression and that amazing upper rush, you can see that they certainly have some tactics there ready to go. They look very comfortable on that map. That's a really solid showing from them.
Solid indeed. With that, we'll take a break and join the desk. We'll be back for map 2 in just a minute.
ESL One, New York.